plan, oh grand and true, to bring back a custom just for you, a dowry's charm to rekindle the fire. In a world where romance might expire, he'd gather gold with wit and flair, pledging his heart beyond compare. For in the shimmer of that old dear gold lies a tale of love, both brave and bold. Bring back the dowries, let's make it clear, a token of love that's sincere, building bridges heart to heart, a timeless way to never part. He spoke of tales from times long past, when gestures grand made love last. With every coin and jewel so bright, he'd prove his love in the soft moonlight. His dream was simple yet profound.
Yo, what's cracking, everybody? If you're just joining the show and it's after the live, I would highly recommend forwarding about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and give folks some time to enter. Looks like we got some of the gang in here already, which is a blessing. We got Gio for show. It's a pleasure to see you, as always. Don DeMarco. Good to see you, brother. And Mountain Man Tops. What's up, Shaw Gang? There we go. We got the Shaw Gang. Let's get this party started. Like the vid, because you know it's going to be fire, as always. Thank you for that. Yes, please hit that like button. That really helps. We got a good 1 like. Oh, we got 4 likes on this and 7 viewers. No sighting of Klaus yet, but you know I'm sure he'll be here. Tacticus, it's good to see you, Tacticus. And we got Odisu. Hey, what's up, everyone? Great to see you here, brother. Gio says, "Hey, Shaw, do you think surrogacy plus single fatherhood is the most safest guaranteed way to have a legacy / kids without the risk of a woman sabotaging everything?" You know, I'd hate to admit it, but yes. Yeah, you know, it kind of is. It eliminates that possibility. I just personally can't really, like, it just seems, it's just not something, I don't want to say I disagree with it, but it just doesn't feel very natural to me, I guess. Like, I would feel bad about, you know, my kid not having mom in the picture somewhere. So, you know, I get it. But yeah, you know, if you got mom in the picture, there's a chance of all type of stuff happening. You know, the other way, which obviously there could still be issues because you're dealing with another human, is you know, making sure they contribute something to the relationship in case it goes bust. But yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, man. Let's see. Yeah, we got Deadbeat Woman playing, man. We haven't played that in a while. But yeah, you know, it's just something. It's a path. I mean, I wouldn't really see for myself, you know. So, you know, like, you could probably brush some things over, but eventually, I think it's really gonna affect the child to not have one parent in their life, you know. And people will say, well, you know, what if people are single parents all the time? But, like, you know, maybe it's justified. Maybe something happened to one of the parents, you know. Another thing I don't like about that, too, is, like, listen, let's say a person does that. Not just surrogacy, but let's say mom does a sperm donor in vitro. And let's say something happens to surrogate, you know, like, let's say, you know, the dad who got the surrogate or the mom who did the sperm donation, let's say they die, they pass away. And then it's just like, what? it's better if the kid has two parents, you know, because if something happens to one of the parents, like, you know, yeah, I mean, you could try to rely on your family, or maybe your parents are still alive, but I don't know. I just, you know, that's me. That's me on that. Now, you know, I kind of have this funny theory that, like, they would definitely outlaw surrogacy for men. Because if a guy does that, I feel like he's effectively purchased his way out of a draft, like out of a military draft, you know? Think about it. Like, they call you up and you're just like, man, it's time to go, you know? And then you appeal it and you're like, hey, I'm the sole care provider for this child. I have a dependent. There's no mom in the picture. Nobody else can take care of this child. I can't go to the draft. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? Like that can really ruin some calculations out here. Howdy everyone. Hey, Heroes Forge. Oh yeah, I mean, it's probably a little early in the stream, but I will be on Heroes Forge's show tomorrow, and I better double check the time for that. I think it's 10 a.m. my time. I think it's 2 p.m. Central time. I better double check that time, Heroes Forge. I promise you I got alarm set though, way early. So let me double check here. Noon. Okay, it's 10 a.m. my time. Okay, fantastic. 10 a.m. my time. I would just okay, yeah, so whew. All right, thanks for that. We got that figured out. Yo, Klaus is here. Okay, fantastic. We got Klaus in the picture. Dang, I mean, we could pretty much get this show started. You know what? Let's play one more song, man, just for the fun of it. It was 103 degrees here today, so I'm gonna play a wintry song just so I can feel a little cooler, you know. Great to see you, Klaus, as always. It's a blessing to have you here. And yeah, just real quick, I mean, while we're here, I was planning on reacting to this. I really haven't watched it, but it's from Money and Macro, and it's why Gen Z's relationship crisis is getting worse. And I kind of went this direction because it seemed to be like talking about Gen Z like globally. So maybe it's not, you know, just us. And then I have this one. I don't know if I'll react to it. The Two Income Trap. Why two incomes made the middle class poorer. And I also have this one, which is if married men could tell single men the truth, this is what I think the majority would sound like. That I actually watched this video and I thought it was pretty good. So, you know, if we have time for 2 videos, I was planning to keep it a shorter stream only because, you know, I'll want to kind of get up nice and early, have a big breakfast so I can be ready for Heroes Forge's show tomorrow. So yeah. And then beyond that, we also got some more. I don't know if Dan the Man's in here. Oh yeah, Dan the Man is in here, but we definitely have another fantastic story here from Dan the Man. So we got A Gold Pill Tale, Lady Dowry and the Beast, a story of reciprocal value. So we got a whole possibly 11-pager here, man. We're gonna find out how this is. I like how there's a little chest here though. That makes sense.
Your dowry, it's my right.
So yeah, I like what I'm seeing right here. Beautiful artwork on these books, by the way. Thank you so much for that, Dan. So yeah, we'll be getting into that. We appreciate the hard work, Dan. I know that takes time to make, and effort and planning and all these other amazing things. You know, anytime something good happens, you know, can take a lot. So almost missed it. What's up, Shot? Yo, Dan, welcome in, man. Looking forward to reading the story here. I grew up without mom, so I know what that's like. Well, you know, I don't want to pry too much, but if I'm reading that right, I think I can understand that it's a bit challenging in some ways, you know? You know, the kids go to school and then they got their friends, and then at the end of the day, oh, mom's picking me up, dad's picking me up. They go on the field trip and the chaperone, and oh, you know, and it's like, where's my mom? Where's my dad? You know, the kids are gonna wonder these things. And you could sit there and you could tell like a 7-year-old something to get them to be quiet for the meantime, but they're gonna keep wondering, and as they get older, you know, they're gonna understand. They're gonna understand. I wouldn't, you know, it would be tough for me to do that. Bonsoir. Shaw, those shades make you look like Jean Reno in The Professional. These are quite literally a replica. It's exactly a replica of the Leon the Professional shades. Like you know, the actual shades are like super expensive, but they make a replica for like 120 bucks. And I literally have Leon the Professional right here, a 1/6 action figure. So that, and he even has like little mini glasses that you can take off his face. Oh crap. All right, yeah, we've been hitting it with the music here, so we definitely did that for a bit. Don't single father homes have the same outcomes as 2-parent homes? Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna argue with that. I mean, I think that is that's fair, man. I mean, that's true. By whatever markers they're looking at that, you know, and maybe the kids will adjust it. It just seems to be missing something for me. Like, I just think there's more to it than whatever those metrics are. You know, there's dad's family, there's mom's family, there's the grandparents, there's this, there's that, you know, like, it just seems to deprive a child of a lot of relationships. But at the same time, I get it, man. It ain't looking good out here. It ain't looking good. I mean, look at this. Why Gen Z's relationship crisis is getting worse. I mean, I can understand the surrogacy discussion. I really do. You know, I guess I'm just disappointed is all I'm saying, but I understand, you know. Okay, we got all the folks in here. Tacticus, yep, we got them all. Noon Central, thank you. 10-year time, thank you so much. Don't worry, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. You got me on 1080p saying that. They're second to a 2-parent household, but not off by much. Okay, thanks for that clarity. Looking forward to that stream. That'll be a fun one. Thank you for helping men in society. Oh, by the way, I will also be with Paul Elam on Wednesday. So Paul Elam and I will be having a another discussion Wednesday. So another thing to look forward to right there. So big shout out to Paul Elam with Repairing the Manosphere, which has been a fantastic series so far. Shout out to the 15 people watching. We got 8 likes right now. If the other 7 blessed individuals can just hit that like button, that'd be real nice. And, you know, they make it nice and easy for you now. If you just tap the video, like if you got it horizontal, you can actually hit the like button from there. So you don't even got to go back the other way and go vertical. You can just hit that like button. It's fantastically amazing. I think surrogacy plus free agent lifestyle is where it's at for them legacy ninjas. Yeah, I mean, I think if they want to do their best to reconcile that with the free agent lifestyle, then if that is the aim, then yeah, probably surrogacy will enable you to do that as best as possible, you know. I mean, notwithstanding the obligation you have to the child, like you probably will be grounded somewhere. I guess you could move around and move the kid around from school to school, but you know. Yeah, for the cost, it comes with that. For the cost it comes with, I'm off that legacy-ish. This one is 14 pages, the longest one I've done before. Okay, let me make sure I got all the... Oh, I do have 14 pages. Yes, okay. Yes, okay, fantastic. I do have all the pages. Thank you for clarifying that. Shaw, my dad witnessed in sub-Saharan Africa bride price is being determined by uncles that are demanding crazy prices, 3 years' wages, killing marriages in that region. That's unfortunate. That would be an interesting thing for myself to look into. I mean... A lot of their life has changed over there too, because some places there have become urbanized. I mean, they do have, you know, gas-powered plows now. Things are changing for them in some ways. I did have a more recent paper about bride price there. I didn't really read the whole thing, but it was talking about how it was changing in some ways. So I'll have to look at that. Yo, Yellow-Pilled Programmer, welcome in. And he says hello to Heroes Forge as well. All right, well, hey, how about we just get this party started? Klaus is here, and the rest of the folks. So this was 9 months old. I just kind of saw this, and I was like, you know, this could make a decent video to watch. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I didn't go too hard in it. I did see this comment that said marriage turned from necessity to choice to liability in less than a century. And I thought this comment was so good that I had to add it to the react list. So, all right, that's where we're at on that. All right, legends.
According to the Pew Research Center.
Oh, crap. Somebody gave me $5. I'm so sorry. I don't even... My bad. I didn't even scroll down on this, man. All right, hold on a second, man. Let me take some time to acknowledge that. Labor, thank you so much for that $5 super chat, man. That means a lot, bro. When folks, you know, support, do all that. I know that's hard-earned money. I've used Claude Opus 4.8 and Opus 5 extensively to calculate the potential childlessness for our generation. And it's looking like 30 to 40% for Gen Z. Okay, so you're saying about 30 to 40% of Gen Z is not going to have any children. That's pretty significant. I mean, sounds pretty significant. That's almost 50%. So that's, you know, that's almost 1 in 2 people. So yeah, that's a lot of folks. We currently have a big surrogacy discussion over here. One high-ranking politician in the gay relationship. Where's my rainbow?
You're an
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, no, not the rainbow version.
Has gotten a kid by surrogacy in the U.S. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it sounds like that guy then might actually fight for making it legally easier for somebody in Germany to do that. He certainly has the, hopefully, the incentive to do that. Yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for letting us know about that, Klaus. Check out 90 Day Fiancé with the older woman and the African guy. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Plot twist, the guy is in the party that is very much... Oh, of course. It's always something like that. Man, these politicians never fail to disappoint. They just never fail to disappoint. Well, he had to resign after that. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was one of those situations. That's unbelievable. Very odd. All right, legends.
56% of millennials are not getting married.
Europe.
56% of millennials aren't getting married. You heard that, lady?
Center. According to the Pew Research Center, 56% of millennials are not getting married.
Europe, the US, East Asia, and Latin America.
See, this is as far as I watched it, and I was like, okay, we got a lot of places here, so let's figure out what's going on. Oh, gosh. Okay.
All across the world, fewer and
Percent of young adults 25 to 35 who are married or cohabitating. So that includes people who aren't formally married as well.
fewer Gen Z men and women
I mean, at least those charts.
are forming relationships. All across the world, fewer and fewer Gen Z men and women are forming relationships. This is a really big deal for the global economy because given that you need 2 people at least to make a baby, Gen Z's love crisis is causing birth rates to plummet even faster than they were.
British births per women. Okay. Yeah.
Due to couples
Shout
having
out labor.
fewer and fewer children.
Global,
already.
absolutely.
So, what's
Very-
behind this global trend?
Shout out
Why
to you,
can't
Govan.
Gen Z find love anymore? This
I
is
can't find love anymore. Straight to the romantic ethos with these people.
one of the big questions sociologists, psychologists, and economists have been writing dozens and dozens of research papers about. But don't worry, we went through all of them and have selected the 3 main trends that can explain why Gen Z can't find love anymore.
What do you guys think the 3 main trends are? I wonder what they're going to say, what those trends are. You know, one of them might be, who knows, women in the workforce, maybe. They might say that. Maybe they'll talk about wages. Maybe they'll talk about social media. Be interesting.
More. However, before diving into these, we need to step back and see where this trend started actually a couple of generations ago by diving into a brief history of marriage and staying single.
Okay, so he's going to talk about various bachelor movements. Interesting.
These were my grandparents. For them, a marriage was about far more than love. For them, it signified adulthood, respectability, and, importantly, it just made economic sense. You see, in those days, running a household was really hard work. So if men wanted to work full-time, they needed to find a wife. Meanwhile, few women had access to paid work. So if they wanted financial stability, they needed to find a husband. Remaining single carried stigma, especially for women, who were often referred to in derogatory terms like spinster or old maid.
Man, this is starting really gynocentric right here. Oh man, did you guys get a whiff of that gynocentrism right off the bat? Was that a cassette player? Gen Z don't know what that is. No, they do not.
The stigma was even worse for unmarried pregnant women. Add to this that contraception was limited, and you'll see that on top of the economic reasons, marriage was also the only safe way to have an active sex life. A rapidly improving economy changed this dynamic in two ways. First, inventions like the dishwasher, vacuum cleaner, and especially the washing machine made housework far less demanding.
Okay, that's interesting right there. I mean, we still got women complaining about it today, though.
Second, increased household wealth and government services gave middle-class families increased access to services previously only available to the ultra-wealthy, like a cleaning help, babysitter, and daycare. On top of that, the invention of contraception and the liberalization of abortion meant that marriage was now no longer the only safe way to have an active sex life. Therefore, marriage or even coupling without marriage became a choice rather than a necessity. This could explain why soon after...
Okay, yeah, so birth control moved reproduction away from the act of sex to some extent.
Marriage rates started falling relentlessly in the United States. But importantly, a lot of that was initially
Also, no-fault divorce.
compensated for by the fact that more and more people became couples without marrying. Even without the economic necessity and strong social norms, people still wanted a stable relationship. This makes sense given that men and women that enjoyed a long, stable relationship tend to be happier and healthier.
Okay, that's the pair bond. That's the pair bond. There's a whole heap of reasons partnering is collapsing, each one compounding on the next. I think that's true. I guess we'll see mental gymnastics on Olympic level to not address the elephant in the room, feminism. Yeah, I mean, the way this is starting, man, I mean, there's a whole lot of women are victims, and it was just so bad. It was just so bad for them. Oh my gosh. The men were all just out there in suits, and they were just at the speakeasies, just smoking cigars and just patting each other on the back and, you know, just rolling up paper and throwing it across the room, you know what I mean, and throwing darts. It was just a good-ass time for all the guys, and the women just had it so bad. You know, nothing ever bad happened to any man. And, of course, family court. Very true. Very true.
And yet, despite that, a new trend soon emerged. All across the world, young people are now not just getting married less, they are also struggling to find love in general.
Love? What do you mean love? Man, I'm gonna take the copyright on this.
But I don't like her. Don't like her? What's wrong with her?
If I keep it short, I hope it doesn't copyright hit me.
Such a recent trend is hard to justify by pointing at washing machines and condoms. So if we want to answer our question why Gen Z can't find love anymore, we need to turn to 3 more recent explanations.
Okay, so we got 3 separate reasons from all this stuff. Incoming men just need to step up. I know. We're all bracing for impact on this one. Gamer says, why Gen Z relationships are getting worse? TikTok feminism. That's up. Hopefully he lists that in one of the 3 reasons.
That is, after you let this married millennial man vent about his expensive family trip due to ridiculous roaming charges and how such...
Okay, hold on, man. We got a sponsor. All right, yeah, shout out to the sponsor. We appreciate you, man. We're just going to jump ahead here. All right.
Daily eSIM data plans. And now let's get back to reason number 1, why Gen Z specifically cannot find love anymore, which is an increasing male and female labor market mismatch. To understand this mismatch,
the male and female labor market mismatch. Okay, interesting. The more that women are not dependent on men, the less they find the average man attractive. Thank you for that, Odisu. This is why I ain't got a lot of faith this will be fixed. Can't even agree on what went wrong. Yeah.
We need to talk about what economists call assortative mating. Assortative mating means that both men and...
So from a similar socioeconomic background, and then they all pair according to the hierarchy.
Women tend to prefer a partner with roughly the same educational and social economic background. Therefore, researchers often split the marriage market into one for college-educated and one for non-college-educated workers. Today, there are 2 trends that are upending the love life of both college and non-college-educated young men and women. When it comes to college, this graph shows us that while there used to be more college-educated men in 1970, this trend has now flipped. In countries ranging from the UK to Korea to Spain, there are now far more college-educated.
Okay, interesting. So you got a lot of the ladies able to sit in the desk and take all them notes and pass all them tests. So they're getting some degrees here. One thing that I wonder if he'll talk about is how it fares with income in terms of like income generation. the college education is one thing. Obviously, there's differences in what people major in, like, but how does it fare for who's making what money? And there's a lot of women out there that are making some money, you know what I mean? Which means they can certainly start paying.
Your dowry, it's my right.
But, you know, I wonder, you know, because the same time, women are going to complain about the wage gap, you know. So let's see if they get into that. Knowing this guy would never blame feminism. Yeah, probably not gonna happen. Waterburger, yo, shout out Waterburger. Average women don't want average men. Thank you for that, Waterburger. They never did find the average man attractive. They just settled with the best simp. Now they don't have to. All right, moving in.
Women than men. According to the theory of assortative mating, fewer college-educated men compared to women will lead to fewer couples. However, if we look at marriage rates for college-educated women in the US, we can see that, surprisingly, it's rather stable. It's
non-college women, okay, and college women.
Actually, however, if we look at men compared to women, will lead to fewer couples. However, if we look at marriage rates for college-educated women in the US, we can see that, surprisingly, it's rather stable.
Okay, so the marriage rates are still rather stable for college-educated women.
Actually, non-college educated women that increasingly remain single.
So it's non-college educated women that remain single.
Why? According to a recent study by economists Clara Chambers.
I mean, I'll be honest. The first thing that popped into my mind was welfare, in that way. But let's go ahead and see.
Benjamin.
Welfare, you know, child support. There's some options
Goldman
here.
And Joseph Winkle.
Bachelors without bachelors. Huh. Gender gaps in education and declining marriage rates. I'll go ahead and read the abstract out loud. Over the past half century, U.S. four-year colleges have shifted from majority male to majority female. As college men have become increasingly scarce, college women have maintained stable marriage rates by marrying economically well-off non-college men. Okay, well, there's that. Yeah, okay, so they don't care as long as, you know, the guy's making some money. Okay. Meanwhile, economic outcomes for other non-college men have sharply declined, accompanied by a drop in marriage rates for non-college women. Okay, so if your guy ain't making no money, then marriage ain't on the table. Both historical evidence and cross-area comparisons suggest that worsening male outcomes primarily undermine the marriage prospects of non-college women. Man, this kind of really sounds like a blaming men fest right here. The whole, who is it that called it that men need to do better? I'm sorry, I got to go back up. Don DeMarco. Let me give you the Don DeMarco, man. Incoming men just need to step up. It seems like it's going that way. I haven't even finished the abstract. The gap in marriage rates between college and non-college women is more than 50% smaller in areas where men have the lowest rates of joblessness and incarceration. Okay. All right. Well, okay, we got Clara Chambers, Yale University, Benjamin Goldman, Cornell University, and Joseph Winkleman, Harvard University. So these are you got Yale, Cornell, and Harvard telling us this right now, folks. Whataburger is awesome. Great burgers. Basically, they're all sharing the same guys. Oh, man, I got to try some Whataburger. Yo, Shaka, good to see you here, brother. Thanks for coming in, man. Shout out to you. Give you the old one of these. We are already to the, yes, Klaus already is on it. We are already to the men have to step up part. Totally ignoring it's the fact that girls are getting preferential treatment in school. Well, it's not even just school. I mean, I'm sure it would be for hiring on certain things too. I mean, but hey, okay, you know, I gotta look at it more. Why they want their man to pay off their debt? Yeah, I mean that's a whole thing too. Labor, that's true. Hi, yo, OpSeeker, welcome in, OpSeeker. That's an interesting profile pic you got there. Kind of reminds me of like a Mortal Kombat character like Goro. They're all sharing the same top guy. Married or dating, don't care. That's kind of, the other man says, that's kind of interesting. I'm surprised that non-college educated women are getting married less than college educated. Well, at the same time, they're saying that So non-college educated women are getting married less, and non-college educated men are getting married less. It could just be that none of them really have good earning prospects, so they really just can't afford much. I mean, to begin with, as far as that goes. So it's kind of a non-starter. The way this abstract is that it's saying it's mostly pretty much it's worsening male outcomes primarily undermine the marriage prospects of non-college women. So they did mention non-college women. So the non-college women aren't getting married, and the non-college men aren't also, well, unless they're well-off non-college men. So it did say that if they're well-off non-college men, then they will get married. But if the man doesn't have good prospects, non-college women are having trouble too. It's interesting too, because it's like, okay, it seems to imply that the non-college men who have good prospects prefer marrying the college-educated woman versus the non-college educated woman. So I wonder what that could be. It could be that, like, the college-educated woman does have that job that, like, provides the health insurance or something. So, like, the business owner dude that's non-college that makes good money is like, well, I don't know, maybe she's better, but we'll see. We'll see what they say.
The most likely explanation is that college-educated women are increasingly willing to marry down.
See, okay, hold on. There's a big qualifier here, because there is more recent research into hypergamy, and they'll say, like, well, there's no real evidence for hypergamy happening, but they'll look at different things. They'll look at, like, education. So he's saying marrying down in the sense that the qualifier is educational hypergamy. So they're looking at college education as the marker of status, and the guy is making money, but he doesn't have the college education. This woman, nobody even mentioned nothing about how much money she's making. I mean, so far we haven't heard that. But they're saying she's marrying down because the guy doesn't have a college, even though he's the one making the money. So, like, this is where it all goes to, like, just pop rocks. And then on the other end of that, like, then they'll have, like, a study where it's like, well, if you look at the parents' outcome and what kind of socioeconomic class they came from, typically people do marry within their socioeconomic class, but then they don't look at who's bringing the money into the marriage. So that's an interesting thing too. Just putting that out there.
It refers to marrying down the educational.
Okay, I'm glad he put the qualifier in. That's what I wanted to hear.
Ladder.
Educational ladder.
When diving deeper, we see that what actually happens is that college-educated women are actually marrying the most successful non-college educated men.
Okay, yeah, I mean, because, I mean, you could say other college-educated men that have good money. If there's not as many of them, then they're going to look for men making money by other means. And then there's another thing to be said here is that there's a lot of guys maybe who are looking at college and saying this isn't worth spending the money on a 4-year degree when they can do something else and make pretty decent money from that. So at the same time, it's like there's almost the kind of devaluation of a lot of college degrees, unless it's like very specialized, you know. If you have a very specialized degree, then it'll probably lead to something half decent, you know. Dan, someone needs to pay their student loans, and it won't be them. Don DeMarco, just for you, Don. Come down to Texas. Let's get to Whataburger someday, man. Someday, that would be really cool. So it's good to know they have Whataburgers there. Thanks for that. Why get married when both of your incomes won't be able to produce much capability for building a family? Yeah, that's how I see it. Like, I'll need to find a gal making near 6 figures to ensure we can actually build something. Well, especially if you yourself, like, if the guy isn't working or bringing any money, then yeah, it would all be on her. And if they're both not really making good money, or they're just staying above, you know, above the waterline, so to speak, then it's just like getting into a house, doing all this stuff. It's a very tough prospect to begin with, you know. LA is just too dang expensive. Sure is. Gamer says, bet it's mostly the college-educated women live and work near the rich non-college-educated men. Could be that. The NCR is expensive too. Not sure what NCR is, but okay. Sounds like it's expensive. So let's move in. Man, what's going on?
That is,
there we go.
Those that have increased their earnings over time. So economically speaking, they are not really marrying down.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
I'm glad he pointed that out.
the non-college educated men that are not snatched up by college educated women are earning less and less. This brings us to our second trend that can explain why Gen Z men and women without a college education cannot find love anymore.
Okay, the share of young men who are neither in education, in work, or looking for a job is climbing. Okay, yeah, so we got all them folks here. Percent of 20 to 24-year-olds who are neither in the labor force or in education by sex. Okay, yeah, so we got men here going up. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's higher than the women. These are about to match here in the US. They're about to match. So, gentlemen, brace yourselves, put on your seatbelts for the next few years over here. Canada, okay. Well, Canada looks like they had a little downtrend of, you know. France, okay. Man, France, over half of the babies born in France, if I remember this correctly, are born out of wedlock. City of love, indeed. Let me just double check that. Oh. Percentage of babies born out of wedlock in France. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, if this AI overview, God, that's higher than I remember reading. Approximately 65% of babies in France are born out of wedlock, reflecting a long-term shift where unmarried cohabitation and civil unions have become standard. Gosh, man, oh my gosh, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's, gosh, 65%. Sorry, I don't know. I mean, I knew it was over 50%, but dang, 65%? I know a guy studying sonography, 4,000 for the tech degree, and it's an in-demand field, better than a feminine studies degree. Yeah, exactly. So it's like this, the educational hypergamy means very little, in my opinion. Especially when the education is just like a bunch of, you know, strong opinions, you know, which, you know, if it ain't turning into money, then it's just like, okay, paternity testing is illegal in France. Yeah, I mean, that probably does not help the young man want to get married. So there's that. And if the kid is born out of wedlock, you have more justification to ask for a paternity test, I would think. So that's one thing. Thanks for that, gamer. No way. Guys who don't have a chance of getting a decent job are giving up. Slum it. Who would have thought? Exactly. Thank you for that, Klaus. So the real question is, where's this video gonna go? You know what I mean? Is it gonna be like, well, it's probably gonna be a do better man thing. Okay, it's probably gonna be that. Give France, yeah, France. I mean, you're talking to a guy, like I lived in France for a little bit, you know, I mean, yeah, I did enter the planet from over there. So yeah, I mean, I'm giving it the buzzer on that. Yeah, that's something. All right. Moving in, legends. All right.
This trend is that while women have increasingly joined the labor force, men have increasingly dropped out of the labor force altogether. But as you can see here, it's not just any men, it's mostly men that have no college education.
Okay, so men with no college education are dropping out. I mean, there's probably a lot of under the table stuff going on too, but you know, it's probably tough for them to study. Let's see what's going on here. Dang, I feel like there's a legend or a key that they cut out of this. Oh, never mind. Forgive me. They are labeled here. So high school dropouts, high school grads, some college, advanced degree. Advanced degree is pretty on the money there. So it seems relatively the same. College grads, okay, yeah, relatively. Some college. High school grads, high school dropouts, okay.
It's not just any men, it's mostly men that have no college education, especially those that have not finished high school. And those are the ones that are now increasingly dropping.
Shout out to the NEETs out here. Shout out to the NEETs. I made a video on the NEETs many years ago, and that was like, it got a lot of views way back then. So NEETs, if you're out there, shout out to y'all.
Out of the labor market altogether. But why is that the case? Economics professors...
Okay. Gender gaps and the rise of the service economy by L. Rachel and Guy Nye and Barbara Petroniolo. This paper investigates the role of the rise in services in the narrowing of gender gaps in hours and wages in recent decades. Okay. We highlight the between industry component of differential gender trends. I'm just going to take that sentence from the top. We highlight the between industry component of differential gender trends for the United States and propose a model economy with goods, services, and home production in which women have a comparative advantage in producing services. The rise of services driven by structural transformation and marketization of home production raises women's relative wages and market hours. Quantitatively, the model accounts for an important share of the observed trends in women's hours and relative wages. One of the most remarkable changes in labor markets since World War II is the rise in female participation in the workforce. In the U.S., the employment rate of prime-age women has more than doubled from about 35% in 1945 to 77% at the end of the century, and similar trends are detected in the majority of OECD countries. These developments have generated a vast literature on the causes, characteristics, and consequences of the rise in women's involvement in the labor market. Nobody would care over here if we had the birth rate of France. Okay. I ran away from France 20 years ago. Only problem is I escaped to Canada. I see. Man, that sounds like there's a good movie about that, you know, about a guy who left his home of France for some mysterious reason that we don't know, but maybe we find that out way later in the film. And then he ends up in Canada. But yeah, I hear you. I'm actually going to, oh yeah, by the way, guys, that reminds me, there's not going to be a show next weekend because I ironically, I will be in Canada for a few days. So I will be gone till about the middle of the week after. And then we'll pick up our regularly scheduled programming. So, you know, catch me on Paul Elam's show this Wednesday and then no show Saturday. I'll try to do some vlogging from over there. You know, maybe I can do that. Get y'all maybe a vlog video. Maybe just like something simple. And yeah, so really looking forward to my trip to Canada. I really appreciate Canada and I'm very excited to go. I like Canada. So shout out to the Canadian fellers out there. All right, moving on.
Guy and Petrongol have theorized that the reason is that our economies switched from manufacturing-based to service-based economies. The increased appearance of service and...
yeah, well, you know, they sent all the jobs out. They shipped out the jobs. All right, you know.
Care jobs has benefited women without a college degree.
So service jobs benefit women without a college degree more than they do men. Okay. Now, sir, are you saying that that's women's work?
While the disappearance of manufacturing jobs has negatively affected men without a college degree.
Okay, so yeah, so they sold out the men's jobs, you know, for the non-college educated men. They shipped that overseas. There's might even be a discussion of immigration in here. I don't know if they're going to go there, but I mean, that might have an effect too. So we'll see about that. I don't know.
How can this explain why non-college educated women can't find a partner anymore? Well, for that we have to go back to our theory of assortative mating, where we will see that when an increasing number of non-college educated men withdraw from the labor market altogether, they essentially form a new group. A group that is not
the MGTOW guy? Well, MGTOW guys do work, but okay, let's see.
To non-college educated women who are less willing to marry down as they seek at least some economic stability in a long-term partnership.
All right, guys, I think we're making it to the men need to do better part. I mean, we pretty much got here. Don DeMarco, I think we made it. Yeah, the men aren't doing good. You know, it's the men. Men got to make some more money. I mean, well, dang, if they shipped out all the non-college educated guy jobs, then it's just like, I don't know. I mean, you can't blame them for becoming passport bros when they decide to. Ebien Tarbernac Suave toi encore vers les États-Unis. Well, damn, run away to the United States again. Oh, no. Planning my next escape for sure. Well, shout out to you, Opseeker. I'm very curious. I mean, are there any countries in particular you'd prefer? Shout out to us Canadians. Shout out to the Canadians. Except I'm in the U.S. now. Well, we're glad to have you here, Don DeMarco. And you know, if Opseeker wants to come here too, I mean, obviously I can't say it's not up to me, but I think he'd be fantastic over here. That'd be awesome. Wow, gender stereotypes in jobs. Is this allowed in studies? It's all Jermaine's fault. Exactly. It's always been there, Klaus. Okay. All right.
Theory could fully explain that economic stability is willing to marry down, as they seek at least some economic stability in a long-term partnership. This theory could fully explain that it's actually non-college educated men and women.
All right, so we shipped out all the guys' jobs, and yeah, okay, so now it's harder to get married because, you know, people want money to get married.
That are driving the downward trend in marriages, at least in the United States. That is, while we do not have such detailed information for all countries, new research from Finland does actually show that in 2024, far more women and men without basic education are not in a relationship. The more highly educated men...
I mean, so far, I kind of get it. You know what I mean? With cost of living and things going up and job prospects not looking good. I mean, I can kind of see where that's going. Dang, my flipping comment turned out to be right. LOL. Yes, it was right. You called it at the beginning. Man. Shout out to you. Men do need to do better. It's absolutely unacceptable that only 10 to 15% of Gen Z men make six figures. Where are these women supposed to settle for? 75K? Exactly. You should be making $150,000 and you should not spend a penny of that on yourself until you're you know. Anyways, we'll leave that. But speaking of not spending a penny on myself, oh dang it, I already put it back there. I did get a haul today of some games. I went to the retro game store. I bought Crash Bandicoot 2 on PlayStation 1. I got some DVDs. I got Formula 51 with Samuel L. Jackson. I got Stargate because my copy of Stargate was skipping. So that was another $1.99. And then I got a CD. I actually got sorry, that's the song I like. I got a CD by Common, which I really like. So that was $4.99. And then I got the 13th Warrior. That was another couple of bucks. So yeah, I mean, you know, some stuff happened. Okay, just don't go to California. Yo, shout out, Orem. Good to see you. Next up would be Southeast Asia. Malaysia seems like a great pick, but visa is hard. I would certainly like to visit Malaysia. I actually have some friends in Malaysia, and the food looks really good. And I don't have a Malaysian restaurant like near me, so the next option is I just have to take, you know, a flight over there. That would be really cool. I'd love to visit Kuala Lumpur. California is just American Canada. I don't know. To be honest, listen, man, I live in California, and I appreciate small town Canada. Like, I didn't go to the big cities, maybe someday, but I appreciate small town BC. So shout out to the small town BC folks. All right, moving in.
And women are, the more likely they are to be in a stable relationship.
Okay.
Far more women and men without basic education are not in a relationship. The more highly educated men and women are, the more likely they are to be in a stable relationship. The core takeaway from this is clear. When boys struggle in school, have trouble finding work, and fail to transition to a care-focused economy, then this means that both less educated men and women are more likely to stay single. This could explain...
He's basically just saying, like, you know, dowerless men and women don't get married. If you don't have a dowry, you know, a lot of the dowry was translated into a college education. It's like, well, let's spend the dowry money and pay for that college degree. You know, instead of the women having dowries for marriage, they're going to have a college degree, and then they'll have a livelihood. So why do they need a dowry? You know, so it's like, okay, people with high education, essentially their dowries invested in education, are getting married. I mean, kind of where it's at, you know, and then the ones that don't have that. Or Canonized America. Castlevania Symphony of the Night on PS1. Oh, That would be a cool one to have. But I mean, getting an actual, I mean, you could probably find it somewhere, but like, I'd imagine that one on PS1, like an original copy, would cost a little bit of coin there. But yeah, great choice. That's a great common album shot. Yeah, I remember back in the day. Yes, B. That's the one. Hold on 1 second. Let me just oh no, that's my Crash Bandicoot 2. Oh man. This one. Oh. Whew. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, fellers. See? Yeah, check that out. Got that for $5, and it's working good. And the CD has like no scratches on it, and it comes with like 2 CDs. It comes with the album, and then it comes with like a DVD or something. Oh dang it! Oh no, my CD that might have got scratched. There we go. Yeah, it comes with like this other like DVD bonus thing. I might check that out later, see what that is. But yeah, pretty sweet. All right. Okay. Looked like a depressed MIB agent, LOL. All right, moving in.
And why, on average, Gen Z can't find love anymore. But
can't find love. I mean, I thought love was supposed to be the thing that conquers all, and not having money, like, that didn't matter. You were just going to figure it out together. Oh, so suddenly economics are the bigger part than the love part. Okay.
the recent Chinese experience shows us that it's probably not the whole story. You see, while it became more and more difficult to find low-skilled manufacturing jobs in the United States and elsewhere,
interesting,
this sector thrived in China.
Okay, let's see what's happening in China.
While marriage rates went up along with manufacturing employment at first, they have recently also started dropping for China's Gen Z, hitting their lowest point in 2024. This brings us to our second explanation, which
feminism,
is
social media,
housing affordability.
Oh, housing. Okay, there we go.
Our first clue.
I can get that. Yo, Caesar, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, my bad. College degree, debt, and unpaid emotional and domestic labor. Yeah, exactly. That's what you can expect right there. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. I appreciate that. A generous $9.99, and it's always a blessing to have you here. Thank you so much, Caesar. Let's just see here real quick. Hit that. Okay. All right. Housing affordability going way up in China, making things tough.
Its importance is that a 2011 survey found that roughly 70% of Chinese women consider home ownership necessary before marrying. In that light,
I mean, well, I don't know. You might want to talk to your parents and see what you're going to contribute to that home.
It's not surprising that a team of University of Singapore economists has recently estimated that a 1% increase in Chinese house prices led to an average fall of marriage rates of 0.31%.
Wow, I wonder how much percent Chinese houses have gone up.
This could explain why, while manufacturing jobs continue to increase, marriage rates already started rapidly falling in 2013 when China's house prices surged to never-before-seen levels.
So they got the manufacturing job, but the wages aren't where they need to be.
Similar studies have also found a negative effect of increased house prices on marriage rates in Spain and Korea. However, these effects were typically quite small. And on top of that, couple formation is also declining in rural China and rural parts of the United States, where housing remains relatively affordable.
Okay, yeah, housing affordability, because it's more affordable to have 2 apartments for 2 single persons than have a shared one for couples. What am I missing here? Okay, well, let's see what the third reason is.
So while Gen Z is definitely...
Oh, hold on, it says right here, smartphone addiction. Okay. Gamer said TikTok earlier.
From expensive housing alone is probably just a small piece of the puzzle, which brings us to the third explanation.
Phone addiction is ruining my life, and it's probably ruining yours too.
Okay, so we made it to the social media. Gamer says dowry and bride price are super common in China. Rich men want dowries and poor women want bride price, typically a house. Thank you for that, Gamer. Okay, so me trying to read 1 page of a book after years of a crippling phone addiction.
Put the phone down.
The rise of smartphones, social and addictive digital media. Gen Z is the first generation to go through high school and university with a smartphone in their pockets. And
yeah, what have they been consuming on those smartphones? A whole lot of indoctrination. It's the age of regret. Gen Z grew up glued to their screens and missed the joy of being human.
new forms of social media. Increased use of digital media is leading to less love for Gen Z in two main ways. The first worrying trend is that research by FT journalist John Byrne Murdoch has revealed that Gen Z is spending many more hours alone at a young age than the generation that came before it.
Okay, young people are spending much more time alone than in the past. Hours spent alone per day. Okay, so age 40 to 60. I mean, yeah, okay, 20. Interesting. Wow, yeah, so you can see right here. Okay, well, percent of people who do not socialize at least weekly, Europe, who do not socialize at least weekly, man. Hours spent alone per day, UK. Hours spent alone per day, US. $700,000 for a 2,500 square foot townhouse over here near Washington, D.C. Man, for like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house over here, it's about like 500,000 where I'm at. So, God, you know, I watched a video today. Like, I don't know how true it is, but they're saying house prices are going to go way up in like 4 or 5 years. But I don't know. You know, people don't have a crystal ball, but it was interesting. You know.
As people get older, they spend more hours alone. This is true for all generations. However, strikingly, Gen Z, which is the red line, now spends way more hours alone at a young age. This pattern holds in the US, UK, and in Europe. The second worrying trend that comes from John Byrne Murdoch's research is that Gen Z's personality seems to be changing much more rapidly than that of older generations.
Gen Z's personality seems to be changing faster. I mean, it could just be like some kind of mimicry, you know? It's like they mimic whoever they watch online, like, and that maybe changes or something. Let's see.
This pattern holds for 4 of the
young adults' personalities are changing with conscientiousness in free fall. I mean, I don't know, like, that's kind of worrying. It's like, what, they can't see past their own nose? Let me look up conscientiousness to make sure I'm understanding this right. He'll probably explain what they mean. I mean, you know, that's just one word on a chart. Conscientiousness. Conscientious meaning. Conscientiousness is a core personality trait, meaning the tendency to be responsible, organized, and hardworking. Okay, all very important things. It involves careful planning, self-discipline, and taking obligations seriously. It sounds like they just can't even think long-term, like, at all. Like, forget long-term commitment or relationship, like, they with another person, but, like, when it comes to, like, long-term forethought for their own lives, you know, they're having trouble with that. Like, the tendency to be responsible, that involves some long-term thinking, you know, organized, hardworking, planning, self-discipline, taking obligations seriously. All right, well, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. The phone just raised women's unrealistic standards. Thank you, Dan the Man. What up, Bracha? Yo, Luke, welcome in, man. We're having a good time over here. Glad to have you in here. Glad to have you in here. All right. Okay, let's see what they got to say about it.
5 main personality traits that psychologists like to use: consciousness, neuroticism, agreeableness, and extroversion. First, this red line shows that since 2016, Gen Z is quickly becoming less conscientious than generations that came before it. Now, conscientiousness...
I mean, you know, they're blaming the smartphones, but some of that could have to do with, like, single-parent households and not having mom and dad in the same house and broken families. Like, yeah, the smartphones probably play a role, but so do, like, not having a house where, like, dad could put discipline in there and be like, hey, I need you to get off the phone. You know, we're having dinner. Did you complete your homework? You know what I mean? Like, what did you do at school today? That type of stuff. You know what I mean? Get off your phone. Like, so, yeah, they're addicted to their phones, but it's because it's like a surrogate type of, like, parenting or something that they're not getting at home, right? So, anyways.
Is a psychological trait related to self-discipline, reliability, and follow-through. Lower
I don't know. It just kind of sounds like fatherless behavior to me, right? Like no self-discipline. Like just think of the things that he said right here.
trait than generations that came before it. Now, conscientiousness is a psychological trait related to self-discipline, reliability, and follow-through.
Self-discipline, reliability, and follow-through. Who traditionally teaches those things? You know what I mean? That sounds kind of, it sounds like something Dad teaches. But all right. Looking forward to watching you on Heroes Forge. Oh, thanks, Mount, man. I appreciate that, man. 304. Thanks for the 304 super chat. Well, that'll be tomorrow, so coming real soon here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. So, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. The nuclear family is withering away. Sad, very much so. Military teaches those things too. Yep, absolutely, it does. I believe that.
Lower conscientiousness makes it harder to signal stability and commitment, a massive drawback in both work and in relationships. Second, neuroticism reflects emotional stability and how strongly we react.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to make this a gender thing, but being higher neurotic could possibly have something to do with being raised by maybe only a single mom and not having dad in life. Like, it almost sounds like neuroticism would be lower if there was this strong disciplining force in the family that helped to inculcate values of discipline and self-reliance and hard work and all these kinds of things. So, but okay, all right. So less reliability, less conscientiousness, higher on the neuroticism scale.
To stress and negative emotions. Gen Z is more neurotic.
So they can't manage their emotions. Again, just sounds like a fatherless home problem. I mean, doesn't want to think long-term or be disciplined, also can't deal with their emotions. Okay.
Than previous generations, and since 2017, increasingly so. Higher neuroticism means greater anxiety, mood swings, and sensitivity to rejection. Not exactly.
Okay, and they can't handle rejection. So, they just can't handle, dealing with reality. You know what I mean? It's like people were just so oppressed in the past, and life was so bad. And then it's like, they finally got rid of the dad they managed to take dad out of the house, and now they can't control their emotions. They're not reliable at all. What is going on here? This doesn't even compute right now. What is this? You know what I mean? It's almost as having this stabilized grounding force in the home helps prevent all this. But okay, let's see. Heroes Ford says, all of these things seem wild. You mean things that dad would take care of? Exactly.
Helpful when dating already feels risky. Third, agreeableness measures empathy, cooperativeness, and the willingness to compromise. Lower agreeableness can make people seem more competitive, critical, or self-focused, which when taken too far undermines trust and warmth in many new relationships. Again, Gen Z is less agreeable, and it's gotten significantly worse since 2016. Finally, extroversion covers sociability, assertiveness, and energy in social settings. Less extroversion translates in less initiative and approach.
I mean, it's just I'm sorry to keep doing this. I just can't help everything he's naming here. It just sounds like stuff where if they had a solid relationship with dad was in the house, it's they'd be going out, doing stuff, they're could work on how do you handle your emotions? How do you handle rejection? Rejection's something you're going to encounter. I mean, how do you be more agreeable? How do you compromise? How do you talk this out, without just shutting down and, oh my God, this triggers my emotions. I got to leave now. No, I don't want to hear about this kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just, all right. Let's just move on.
Others, which can of course be detrimental for meeting new partners. As we can see here, Gen Z started out roughly as extroverted as other generations, but this has rapidly gone down since.
And I love how it's okay, the men aren't making the money, but when you talk about all this lack of emotions and being able to be agreeable, they won't dare apply this to women and say, well, the women are less agreeable, the women are higher in neuroticism, the women are, I don't know, maybe that's even what the study says. Maybe the study says that the women are expressing that more, and that makes it harder to have a relationship. But I don't know. He didn't say that. Maybe I'm just speculating on that.
The pandemic.
That's all I'm doing.
Could it be that the rise of social media, smartphones, and increasingly addictive digital media are simply causing Gen Z men and women to spend more time alone?
Yeah, so
Then,
people
as
are
they spend
people
more
are
time
stuck in the hive mind.
alone, glued to screens, they, number one, simply don't meet suitable partners, and number two, unlearn crucial social skills.
Yeah, okay, so you don't meet suitable partners, but then it's like, even if you do possibly, like, you don't even have, like, understanding of, like, how to interact with each other.
Needed to form lasting relationships. We do have good evidence that couples are
Okay, let's just see this.
meet suitable partners, and number two, unlearn crucial social skills needed to form lasting relationships. We do have good evidence that couples are meeting less and less in person, and while it's true that
Okay, yeah, dating apps. Yo, Raymond, thoughts of mine. Thank you for that $10 super chat. That's very generous of you, man. Thank you, bro. Shaw, your glasses look like the poster from the 6th Day. Oh my God. I don't know what that is, but I gotta look at that. But you just reminded me of something. I got some new glasses, and I didn't do this on purpose, man, but they kind of remind me of your like original glasses. Just give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna go get the glasses real quick to show you. Okay. These are the glasses, like, and listen, man, I don't know, maybe I should have thought differently on the stylistic choice. But I just like, I don't know. They look good when I was buying them, you know, and maybe they can still look good. I can't open my eyes because I have some contacts in, but these are the glasses right here. I'll try to look for a second. Don't these kind of look like the glasses you used to have? Ooh, man. Okay, super blurry. Whew. I had to share that with you. But as soon as I picked the glasses up from like the glasses place, I immediately, when I put them on, I was like, man, this looks oddly familiar right here. All right, real quick. I got to look up the 6th Day and see what that is real quick. Sounds like a movie poster. The 6th Day movie poster. Oh, okay. I think I kind of see it. I'll tell you, these glasses are literally a replica of the glasses from Leon, the Professional. Here we go. These ones. You know what? Before I hit images on this, you know what? Let me just type in Leon the Professional. Let's do that. They're quite literally a replica of these right here. So, yeah, interesting week for glasses for me. Man, I got to get this on DVD too so I can watch it on the CRT. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Shout out Raymond. Absolutely. Shout out to Raymond, man. Man, I got to sit here and hit the like. Oh, wait a minute. Mountain Man sent another 304. Let's get a super chat train going, guys. Oh, thanks, Mountain Man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. We got 2 304s now. Super chats. Thank you for that. Those glasses are badass. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope you mean like my newer regular prescription glasses. Oh no, you're probably talking about these. Okay.
Are meeting online. Young people are now increasingly abandoning these dating apps.
Okay, so dating app usage is going down. I mean, they've really like, you know, if you use dating apps, like they do everything they can to like get as much money out of you. Like it's very, you could still get matches on dating apps. But it seems to be a lot more whack than it ever was. I mean, so, you know, that's interesting. People are leaving. So yeah, I mean,
in frustration. Another interesting piece of evidence to support the theory that social media is playing a role is that we are seeing that in places where women's internet use remains very low, such as much of South Asia, marriage rates have stayed high and relatively stable.
Okay.
Still,
okay. Interesting. Dating apps are worthless. Thank you, Oram. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't think of too many positive things to say about it. Opseeker says, I'm looking for replicas of Scott Galloway's glasses. You know what? I want to look up what Scott Galloway's glasses look like. I'm kind of imagining almost like a tech CEO kind of look. Scott Galloway. Let's see what kind of glasses he's got there. I mean, yeah, I was expecting these right here with the thick frames, but he's got some thinner frames too, it looks like. Yeah, I could kind of see the thick frames being more of the one he usually probably wears. Yeah, it looks like we're getting the thick. It kind of has like that sort of tech CEO vibe to me. I mean, that's kind of my. That's what I was thinking it would be. Men are waking up finally, getting away from those dang apps. I would say so. Don't know anything about apps. Never been on them. Won't ever. Well, I'll tell you, Luke. I mean, honestly, yeah. There's just a whole nother level of frustration and stuff with apps. A lot of people, it's very tough to get matches. And for me, I would say it's tough also. I get enough matches on apps to like still stay on them because something will happen every now and then. Like that's enough for me to be like, well, I'll hang out on here, you know. So yeah. Hear you on that though, Luke.
Despite this evidence.
Okay, yeah. So where there's more internet than, you know, less marriage.
This scientific debate about the impact of social media on mental health remains far from settled. Correlation does not equal causation, and it's hard to measure these effects in the laboratory. Although rising rates of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and personality changes in the United States coincide with the spread of smartphones and also COVID lockdowns, by the way, much more evidence is needed to clarify the mechanism at play, the true magnitude of these effects, and the extent to which these patterns are a global rather than country-specific phenomena. Therefore, in conclusion, look, I have to be honest here. Social sciences like economics,
Shaw gets dates. I want my money back. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Raymond. I'm going to save that $10 though. When you come out here out west, we're going to use that $10 and that will form part of a steak dinner that I'm going to buy you. So we're going to eat somewhere nice. We're going to have a good steak dinner. We're going to hang out. You're going to let me use your phone. We're going to go on the dating apps. I'm going to take some pictures of you just for the heck of it. And you're going to let me just swipe on, I'm going to just be you on the apps for a bit. And you're going to let me chat up anybody. And we're just going to have fun doing that for a few days. And, you know, I'm going to just holler at women on Raymond's dating apps if Raymond will let me. You know, maybe we can even vlog some of that. No pressure, though. No pressure. What we will do, though, is enjoy some really good food and go drive around and maybe see some sights, you know, and just hang out and have a good time, man. So, you know, if that ever materializes, that's where that super chat's going. All right, moving in.
Psychology and sociology do not give us a definitive answer about.
Okay, so we don't got the definitive answer.
In conclusion, look, I have to be honest here. Social sciences like economics, psychology, and sociology do not give us a definitive answer about why Gen Z can't find love anymore. But what we do have is that we have seen some striking patterns. First, after remaining single was no longer a social taboo.
I've just never been chosen. People who have been single long-term or for their whole lives are opening up about why. Unless an awesome man shows up and enhances my life in every way, I will continue to be single. I am the table. Okay. I mean, sounds an awful lot like this.
I have no dowry. If anything, I have a negative dowry.
Okay.
And economic nightmare, we can see that marriage rates started to drop. At first, this was compensated for by cohabitation without marriage. But then as men started falling behind in the education system.
As men started falling behind in the education system. I mean, you know, listen, I mean, maybe I should put my tinfoil hat on a little bit for this, but it's like as men were driven out of the education system and, you know, the jobs were shipped overseas and they had to sit there and listen to all this, like, you know, ideology stuff and hear that and sit there and all that. You know, eventually men were like, all right, you know, check it out. It's time to dip, you know. We're, you know. I'm out. All right. You know what? I don't even want the job either. I'm done. You know, they're just like, we're good. Men basically, gosh, Where is it at? They just did this.
your bitch ass up.
And they were like, man, we're out of here.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Cut that bitch off.
That's basically where it went, you know. See how quick he slipped in and passed by the whole COVID thing? Yeah, I mean, well, in some of those graphs too and charts, like you can see at least it looked like for the COVID time period had a major impact, or at least a greater increase in some things. So yeah, that is interesting. He didn't mention that. Interesting. Gen Z can't find love because the people in power did some irreparable damage to dang near every aspect of life. LOL. Yeah, and then they did everything they could to like make men and women not be too fond of each other lately. The juice boxes. So tired of Galloway and the feminist propaganda army. You know, I haven't watched any of his stuff recently. Like, I don't really, but I do wonder. I mean, I'm sure he's been at work, we can say, you know. So much more peaceful just being alone. I feel no shame in saying that. Man, shout out to you. And shout out to the MGTOW folks out there. I hear you on that. I really do hear you on that. All right, moving in.
House prices got higher and higher, and smartphones and addictive social media hit the scene. It got worse and worse for Gen Z than it ever was for the generations that came before them. Each of these explanations have likely contributed, but personally I think that the most evidence is there for the theory that
the men and the jobs. Okay, okay, no, I don't know what he's gonna say.
Less educated men and women.
Okay, there it is. There it is. All right. Well, anyways, okay. Maybe I'm just being too hard. All right, let's just hear it again. Let's give him the full shake here.
I think that the most evidence is there for the theory that less educated men and women are driving this trend, thanks to more women being educated.
He did say and women. Okay. Okay. That balances out a bit.
And more men dropping out of the labor market altogether. The trend that Gen Z can't find love anymore should worry governments all around the world. Not just because it makes people less happy, but also because less couples means less babies, which will contribute to the demographic crisis that we are already seeing. Luckily, our research suggests that there are at least 3 solutions.
Okay.
First, governments should make sure less boys drop out of the education system.
Okay, so now we got to do something where we're encouraging men to stay in the education system.
Second, they should make sure houses remain affordable. And third, as schools and parents in more and more countries are increasingly doing, it makes sense to experiment with limiting smartphone and social media use across schools, while at the same time encouraging face-to-face interactions for both young and old. But yeah, that's my take.
I think for parents who do have children, very important to save and invest in the children to help increase their prospects. Which, you know, it almost sounds like common sense, like you think parents do that in general, but sounds like more important now than ever, especially if you can't rely so much on the education system, especially for boys too. You know, but also daughters. You and me both, bro. Oh, shout out to Luke. Don't let every single one of the other elites off the hook. They're all to blame. Thank you, Labor. Okay, so it looks like we're almost there. I'm interested to see the comments
Which
here.
of these mechanisms do you think are the most important? What do you think governments should do about it? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, if you are traveling abroad soon, download Saley and use our discount code to keep your phone charges low.
Okay, Saley eSIM, thanks for sponsoring that video. All right, let's go ahead and see what's on the comments here. Marriage turned from necessity to choice to liability in less than a century. I upvoted that one already. No money, no macro, no maidens. My boss told me that my company is my family. Why do I want a second one? I can't believe long hours at work wasn't mentioned as a reason a single time. We work harder and longer for less pay than our previous generations. Gen Z here, honestly, I have no idea how to start a relationship. Okay, no money equals no honey. Dating got gamified and turned into a market while third spaces got sold off. So it's probably a death of 1,000 cuts that can't be fixed without systemic change, as the myriad of causes are profitable for the perpetrators. That's an interesting comment. Go ahead and hit a like on that. I'm Gen Z, and after seeing all my older coworkers who got divorced, that's a big one too. I mean, I was talking about the broken families, but just the children watching the process of the breaking of the families, I'm sure also had a big impact. I'm Gen Z, and after seeing all my older coworkers who got divorced and one coworker whose wife cheated on him and is ruining his life now, has made me realize that staying single is the best option. I mean, you know, he saw the thing. I mean, you know, I'm going to have to give it the upvote, you know? So humanity survived the Black Death, the Mongol invasions, and 2 world wars, but it will end because of social media and rents, the single most anticlimactic finale ever. Well, listen, I mean, as these things increase and rents become higher, maybe you'll start to get some of this stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Okay. There is also the theory that young people have less low-cost venues to hang out in. Oh, that's the third spaces, and meet others. For example, locally, we've had bars closed down, not because of lack of people, but because they weren't buying enough drinks for the bar to keep afloat. Prices at cafes, diners, movies, etc. keep going up. I first read it as why Gen Z can't find money anymore. I was like, yeah, then I reread it and it hit even harder. Hey, Ecophobic, welcome in, man. Why Netflix and chill when you can YouTube and be alone? Oh, man. People are much more picky and also diverse. Finding someone exactly like you is hard, and people compromise a lot less because they can be single. I think the main factor is the forced mobility. People used to hold a job for life, giving them plenty of opportunity and time to create and find community. Now you're best off leaving your job every 2 to 3 years. I have heard that before. As someone who lived half my life in one city, the move away left me feeling completely isolated. I lost 80% of the friends I originally had. Now multiply this for each person over the course of decades, and yeah, people are much more insular now. Yeah, it's almost like having a bit of the nomad lifestyle kind of built into your life. Not like all the way nomad, but a little bit. I saw an interesting post on Twitter about people in the nomad lifestyle and how time goes on, like they're finding it very hard to have families and things like that because they're constantly moving around and things, which it's, you know, that would seem to make sense. Until they take family law seriously, the rest of this discussion is pointless. Thank you so much for that, Orem. Honestly, that really is. Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. Neuroticism. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Let me just get through these real quick. I do want to read Dan the Man's book here that he gave us. And then I do kind of have some Instagram brain rot. I mean, you know, speaking of social media, so maybe we can do that. All right. Take it easy, Op Seeker. Orem is absolutely correct. Until societal underpin things like laws are fixed, it is not even safe to get contracted. Yeah, and you know, if the culture is changing this rapidly, which it appears to be, they're gonna have to update laws in some way in order to match what people are doing on the ground now. Because really, it's like people are doing their best to avoid the laws. So one way or another, I think they're gonna have to reckon with it. I'm a millennial woman. Growing up, I was constantly told that the worst mistake in my life I can make was to get pregnant, get married young. Don't be surprised when children actually listen to your advice. I mean, the advice sounds kind of like feminist advice, so, but you know, it's not really said there. In some ways I can understand it, like if it's like a teen pregnancy, you know, or something like that, but the married part, yeah, okay, you know, I can. But all right, that was the advice. Social media also caused a rise in doomerism, causing people to feel hopeless and give up before even really trying. Yeah, I'd say there's a bit of that. I'm 24, never had a relationship. I was more of a nerd when I grew up and didn't care about the topic until I was maybe 21. Now it hurts, to be honest. It hurts if I think about it. I never experienced love in my young age. Never had a childhood love that so many people had. I don't know how it feels being with someone, living with someone, supporting each other. I don't regret my past because I like working on my own projects, but it feels like I have missed something. I'm gonna go ahead and give this person a like, man. They're going through a really challenging time there. Biology 101, animals under stress don't mate. The end. Okay, I'm not paying full price for ran through box. Okay. I don't blame people for giving up, even if you have a steady job, car, college degree, and are in relatively good shape. It's an ordeal. I cannot tell you how many times I've been ghosted or stood up. Certainly a feature of the apps there. Maybe even off apps sometimes. Which sucks because you take time out of your day to get ready and show up only for the other person not even bother with canceling. After that happening a dozen or 2 times over the course of my dating life, I thought there was something wrong with me. Went to therapy because I wanted to fix this and improve. But the therapist says there's nothing wrong with me. This is just how dating is these days. So now we're working on how to deal with these past experiences, trauma, and trying to learn that just because this happened in the past, it doesn't mean this is how it's always going to be. Honestly, I just thinking about going with a matchmaking service. At least there are people are invested in trying to make it work. That's interesting. No other single fact is a bigger indicator of the crisis of our civilization than young people unable to love and form families. Okay, well, so yeah, we really gave that some reading there. Did you ever look into Panama making paternity fraud illegal? I did not. Oikophobic. I still have to check that out. The other man, I made two, a Robin Hood one and a Beauty and the Beast parody. I know. Yeah, that's right. You did make the Robin Hood one. Man, I might just read one. I might save the Robin Hood one for, well, not next week because I'll be out of town, but the following week. Also, address the general judicial bias towards men. Anyway, see, take it easy, Op Seeker. No shot they update laws in the USA. We're boned for the next 15 to 30 years. Real decent change moves way too slow in this country. Yeah, I could, I got to give you that. I mean, especially as far as the time goes, the timing on that. Oh, man. All right, guys. 8:27. I was going to keep the stream a little short tonight, so let's get to Dan the Man's fantastic addition to the Gold Pill series here. Woo-wee! All right, fellers. All right, y'all ready for this? Okay, Dan the Man, shout out to you, by the way. Created, written, scripted, generated, made, thought of, all from Dan the Man here. A Gold Pill Tale, Lady Dowry and the Beast. A story of reciprocal value. Man, that's some cool looking characters right there. We got this chest here. Could possibly have a dowry in there. All right. And she's got her purse too. Okay. Once upon a time, a wealthy merchant lived in luxury with his family in a grand estate. But tragedy struck when a fierce ocean storm sank his entire trading fleet at sea, bankrupting the family overnight. Stripped of their lavish lifestyle, servants, and wealth, the family was forced to pack up their remaining possessions and move to a modest, drafty cottage in the distant countryside. Wow. Yeah, there's the storm right there. Ships are going down. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah, there they're going. They're leaving. They're now in the cottage. It's all muddy and wet too. All right, next. Okay, going to the next page. Okay, so there's the countryside right there. Forced to adapt to farm life, Lady Dowry and her hard-working brother spent every day laboring in the fields from sunrise to sunset, hoping to earn enough money to rebuild dowries for her older sisters. Oh, and there's the older sisters in the background. They're just kind of too good for this work, I guess. Meanwhile, the two older sisters romance and blue pill. Man, I'm loving the symbolism. Okay, so this is romance and this is blue pill. We got an anthropomorphized version of the romantic ethic and blue pill. Meanwhile, the two older sisters, romance and blue pill, refuse to do any work Instead, they secretly spent the family's hard-earned farm profits on expensive silk trinkets, justifying their greed by exclaiming, "A man must be the sole provider. A woman shouldn't bring a dowry. She is the table." Oh, gosh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic right there. Just to let you guys know, this is a parody of the original story, not the Disney adaptation. Okay, thanks for that clarification. Man, I gotta look into the original story of Beauty and the Beast. That's I gotta do that. Let's see what this says in the... Oh, I can't see it. Okay. All right, so here's Lady Dowry. Here's the sisters. They're not happy with her. Here's Dad. Let's see what's going on. Because her father and brothers focused all their earnings on trying to restore dowries for Romance and Blue Pill, no one was saving for Lady Dowry. Undeterred, Lady Dowry worked extra hours late at night to build her own modest dowry portfolio from scratch. After years of poverty, news arrived that one of the merchant's long-lost ships had unexpectedly docked in port with valuable cargo. Okay. Bring us expensive silk gowns, fine jewels, and velvet coats. Not wanting her father to spend... Okay, so the sisters are sitting here and they just want all these things. See, silk gowns, fine jewels. Not wanting her father to spend precious funds that could go toward family stability, Lady Dowry asked for nothing. But when pressed by her father, she simply asked for a single red rose, as none grew in the cold countryside. Okay, wow, check this out. Okay, yeah, man, we're in a nicer place now. When the father reached the port city, disappointment awaited. Unforgiving creditors had already seized his entire ship and cargo to pay off old debts, leaving him completely penniless once again. Dang. Well, at least the debts were gone. Hopefully all of them. Dejected and empty-handed, he turned back. A sudden violent winter blizzard blew in, blinding him and forcing him off the main road. Freezing and exhausted, he stumbled upon a grand, seemingly deserted castle deep in the forest. Stepping inside, he found a roaring fireplace, warm, dry clothes, and a lavish feast laid out on a golden table. Seeing no host, he ate and rested peacefully for the night. Wow. Could you imagine being in somebody else's like house and then you just like eat their food? But nobody's there. You just walked in and like somehow you'd have to be really exhausted to like be able to sleep peacefully. I'd be like, oh man, I'm sleeping in someone's house and they don't know I'm here. Like I don't know which directions this is going to go. You know what I mean? But no worries about the spelling error. Anyways, okay. So he falls asleep here in this castle. Uh-oh. Okay, so he's now met the owner of the castle. The next morning, as the merchant prepared to leave, he walked through the castle's snow-dusted glass greenhouse and spotted a vibrant red rose garden. Remembering Lady Dowry's wish, he plucked a single flower. Suddenly, a loud roar shook the stone walls. A towering, formidable beast, clad in royal velvet robes but bearing wild, lion-like features, a majestic dark beard and sharp claws, stepped from the shadows. "I gave you shelter, food, and warmth, yet you steal my prized roses?" the beast thundered. "For this insult you must die, unless one of your daughters willingly brings a dowry worthy of a king."
Your dowry, it's my right.
Okay, yeah, so he got caught over here, basically. Okay. Okay, now Dad's back home and the problem's worse than ever. So let's see how this happens. Terrified, the father returned home and revealed the beast's ultimatum to his children. He was prepared to hand over his daughter's dowries to satisfy the monster, only to discover that Romance and Blue Pill had squandered every single coin on vanity and frivolous luxuries. "It's all her fault for asking for a rose," the older sister shrieked, pointing accusatory fingers at Lady Dowry. Rather than see her father die, Lady Dowry stepped forward, revealing the small chest of coins and assets she had painstakingly saved through her own side labor. To save her father's life, she willingly gave up her dowry. Wow, that's a very noble-hearted young lady there. And there's romance and blue pill, never happy, constantly demanding, very entitled. I mean, this is some beautiful metaphor symbolism right here. Fantastic. Fantastic, Dan. Okay, moving in. Okay, now he's back here at the Beast Castle. We got the daughter. We got a small chest, but there's a bigger chest here too. Lady Dowry and her father arrived at the castle and presented her small savings. The beast scoffed. This dowry is far too small for a king. The father fell to his knees, explaining how his eldest daughters had squandered their funds, leaving Lady Dowry to work alone for her small contribution. Hearing of Lady Dowry's genuine dedication to reciprocal effort, see, this is the dowry ethos right here. The beast softened. I will not take a small dowry, the beast declared. Instead, I offer a bride price. Since your household is losing a productive worker, I will compensate you for your economic loss. Take this gold, invest it, and bring back a dowry worthy of a king. Wow, this is fantastic. Dan the man has been really, this is proof of paying attention right here to just the whole discussion over the last couple years at this. Thank you, Dan. Take this gold, invest it, and bring back a dowry worthy of a king. That's very creative right there. And I will consider sparing your life. Until then, your daughter will stay here. Wow, there we go. So we got bride price, dwarfing the dowry. So let's see what Dad can make happen here. Okay, yeah, now we got the classic Beauty and the Beast with the blue, coat here. We got Lady Dowry in a nice green. That looks like a fantastic dinner. We got some red wine. A beautiful roast chicken there, some fresh made bread. Oh my gosh, by candlelight. This is making me hungry right here. Okay. The father returned home. Okay, this is a wider page. The father returned home with the capital to rebuild his merchant business, while Lady Dowry remained at the castle as the beast's guest. The beast treated her with nobility, honor, and deep respect. Every evening at dinner, the beast would ask, Lady Dowry, will you marry me? Doing so will instantly cancel your father's financial debt. Lady Dowry politely declined, hesitant to marry a beast. There's a smut novel in here somewhere. I'm sorry to say that. Klaus says, ah, man, the daughter will be disappointed. No minotaur, just a lion. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Lady Dowry politely declined, hesitant to marry a beast, yet as months passed, she noticed his discipline, his strength as a provider, and his honorable character. If only he were not a beast, she thought, I would proudly bring a true reciprocal dowry to his table. Okay. Okay, so we got like a kind of magic mirror here. We got a gold pill. Gold pill has entered the fray. This is a very nice looking study here. We got a globe, some books. Okay. One evening, looking into the beast's magic mirror, Lady Dowry saw her father lying ill in bed with grief, longing to see her again. She begged the beast for permission to visit home. I will allow it, the beast said softly, handing her a shining magical gold pill. Swallow this, and it will instantly transport you anywhere you wish. But you must return in 7 days, or I will perish from a fatal loss of financial assets and heartbreak. Lady Dowry promised faithfully to return on the 7th day. Man, I love the way that the gold pill is presented in here. Like I like how in all the books the gold pill is presented, whether it's a spear or a shield or like this, a magical pill. Okay, so she's back home, and man, look at her. She's all swagged up, man. Check out that fabric she's got on. And look, her sisters, they're having to embrace the impoverished life. We got a nice cast iron skillet here. That's going to last. Okay. Using the gold pill, Lady Dowry instantly appeared at her father's home. Her father wept with joy upon seeing her healthy, radiant, and dressed in fine royal silk. Seeing her luxurious attire and happy demeanor, Romance and Blue Pill burned with bitter envy. Realizing that overstaying her deadline would ruin her standing with the beast and breach her verbal contract, Lady Dowry prepared to return on the 7th morning. Okay? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, so the sisters aren't happy. Time's running out. Seeing her prepare to leave, Romance and Blue Pill hatched a wicked plan. Of course they did. They feigned affection, shedding fake tears. Guys, this just fits in so well, like with what Romance and Blue Pill behavior is like. You know what I mean? And the metaphor is so good. It's like families have let this in to their house, like the romantic ethos and this Blue Pill thinking. And it's just made it harder for people in the household that want to do things, you know, in a respectable way. Not wanting to abandon her family, Lady Dowry. Oh, Mike, my apologies. Let me just start from the top. Seeing her prepare to leave, Romance and Blue Pill hatched a wicked plan. They feigned affection, shedding fake tears and begging Lady Dowry to stay just a few days longer to nurse their father back to full health. Not wanting to abandon her family, Lady Dowry agreed to stay, unaware that her sisters were intentionally tricking her into overstaying her deadline to ruin her relationship with the Beast. Oh, those... Yep, see, that's all part of that's the bait and switch. That's the manipulation right there. I think you can call that a bait and switch. I'll take the compliment, Shaw. The gold pill is not only a magic teleportation device, it is supposed to be a metaphor of his wealth. Yes, that's right, because it's financial assets and the heartbreak. However, I'm not sure if it was a good idea. I mean, you know, I hear what you mean, but at the same time, I actually like and appreciate it. You know, that's a creative liberty that you chose to take, and I think it really works for the story. All right, so here we go. On the 10th night, a dark premonition struck Lady Dowry in her dreams. She saw the Beast lying motionlessly in the castle garden. Realizing she had been deceived by her sisters and had broken her promise, panic seized her heart. "What have I done?" she cried. Swallowing her remaining gold pill magic, she instantly vanished in a flash of light, transporting her. Okay, so there's the Beast. Yeah, he's not doing too well without the gold pill. Lady Dowry arrived at the castle courtyard to find the Beast collapsed on a heap of empty treasure chests, weak and dying from grief and lost assets. "Do not die," Lady Dowry wept, throwing her arms around his neck. "I see your true worth. I will gladly be your wife." At that exact moment, her father burst into the courtyard, accompanied by horse-drawn wagons, carrying a grand, overflowing chest. The kingly dowry built from the Beast's original bride price investment. All right. Lady Dowry and the Beast. Hey, look who the Beast is. The end. Look at that. We got the deed of land. We got huge tracts of land right here. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Look at that. We got golden colored fabrics. Oh, that looks amazing right there. And everything just looks great. In a flash of brilliant golden light, the beastly curse broke. Standing before her was Prince Shah. "Your commitment to reciprocity and honor has freed me," Prince Shah said, taking her hand with a warm smile. With mutual respect, reciprocal value, and a magnificent dowry to expand their estate, Prince Shah and Lady Dowry were married in a grand ceremony. Together, they lived logically, wealthily, and harmoniously ever after. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, Dan. I got to give that the actual clap right here. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Dan. I was beautiful. I really enjoyed reading that. I hope the folks listening in enjoyed it too. I certainly did. Shout out to the 21 people watching. We got 25 likes, man. I appreciate the folks that came in here, hit the like button. That's really cool. Shout out to Shaw for Georgia. Wow, all the way from the country of Georgia. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming in here and represent Georgia, man. That's beautiful. You know, I met a guy from Georgia one time. He was like the most gigantic, like he was big into working out and arm wrestling. I met him through some of my Russian, Ukrainian buddies. And he was this Georgian guy. And he was like one of the biggest dudes at the crew. They were having like some arm wrestling thing at the house. And him and I were just working out a little bit, you know. And man, this guy's wrists were so thick. And I was telling him, I was like, you know, I always think my wrists are too small. Like I wish I can make them bigger. And he looked at me and he was just like, real strength comes from in here. Like he pointed, like it's on the inside, not the outside. He had just this amazing message for me. And it was just really uplifting and inspiring. And you coming in here and leaving that comment made me remember that Georgian gentleman. Shout out to that Georgian guy and all of Georgia for producing such a wonderful human. And shout out to you, Titan Struggle, man. Thank you. Did you like how I gave a little nod to the silver pill? I did. I like that because it incorporated nicely. And I like how you kind of combine them to sort of wrap around and become a dowry again. Like that was just really cool right there. I thought that was very creative. I did like that a lot. You did a fantastic job. Man, you know, I want to react to something else, but I kind of want to cut the stream short tonight because I do got to get up early, have a big breakfast so I can be on Heroes Forge's stream tomorrow. We're going to be having an episode on child support specifically. So the episode is just going to be us discussing child support, you know, for his audience there. I do want to, I do have some brain rot. So let me just pull that up real quick. I did save a couple of Instagram brain rots, so we won't react to, you know, another full thing, but, you know, at the very least, we can see what we got as far as the brain rot stuff goes. Okay, I found a couple of funny things. Man, I got a couple of good funny ones right here, actually. Okay. Okay, here's number one. All right, so let me just get my tab volume down. Oh, wait, no, okay, we're good, actually. All right, here goes, fellers. All right, so we got a guy in Kenya, and he's the guide for the safari. Let's hear what he's got to say.
The hand. The lion will kill you.
Okay.
This is the man. Man lion.
Yeah.
When you have something in the hand, he will kill you.
So he's talking about the male lion. He's like, listen, if you got something in the hand, and like, see, they're in one of these safari things, like it's kind of open a little bit. You know how they do these safari things where the windows are down and stuff. And he's like, if you have something in the hand and the male lion sees it, he will kill you, is what he's saying. Yes, it's going to be on Heroes Forge. Okay, let's see what he's got to say.
If you don't have anything, he just look at you and he just go.
Okay, but if I
And a
have my
woman,
phone.
if we
So the woman's instantly like, so wait, what about my phone though? The guy's like, no, anything you have in your hand, anything, the male lion will kill you. She's like, well, what about my phone?
it's a woman,
Yeah.
elephant, the lioness,
Now he's talking about the female lion.
you don't have anything in the hand or you have anything in the hand, he kill you.
So he's saying now the female lioness, if you don't have even nothing in the hand, she'll get you.
She kill you.
Okay, so she's dangerous.
Number one in killing
Okay.
is the lioness. And the lion himself, the man, he doesn't do anything.
Okay.
The woman, she's the one, she brings food to the family.
See that? So the woman lioness brings the food to the family. So we got a real polygynous bride price situation kind of going on here. I mean, you know, animal world. But the part about this that really got my attention is when he's talking about, like, listen, if the male lion sees you're holding something and the woman's like, well, wait, what about my phone though? Like, no, nothing.
Yeah.
The hand, the lion will kill you.
Okay.
This is the man. Man lion.
Yeah.
When you have something in the hand, he will kill you.
But anything?
If you don't have anything, he just look at you and he just go.
Okay, but if I
And a
have my
woman,
phone.
if it's a woman,
Yeah.
Like, what about my phone? Okay, so moral. The male lion kill you if he feels there is a risk of threat, and the woman kill you if she sees an opportunity of weakness. Guide, if you have anything in the hand, he'll kill you. The tourist, okay, but if I have my phone, question mark. If you have anything in your hand, he will kill you. Lady asking dumb questions. So if I have my phone in my hand, he'll kill me. So this guy is giving key details to save your life, and you can't shut your mouth for 5 seconds. Typical woman interrupting the guide instead of listening. The guide just look at the woman who's asking the dumb questions and ignores her. He's just trying to keep y'all safe in language. Y'all will understand. Moral of the story, go back to the hotel. Okay, so anyways, real quick, I got a couple more. Really awesome job, Dan the Man. Absolutely. Sorry, I know I missed some chats, guys. There is a video of a woman who wanted to take a photo next to a lion. They told her don't talk if you don't want to die, but she could stop talking. She couldn't stop talking and almost died. I think I saw that actually. Like something almost happened. Like it was like an influencer looking model or something, and then like the lion started looking at her. Gosh, yeah, I mean, you know, if you're okay, we got some comedy too. We got some comedy. I was kind of I was just saving some of these because I thought they were funny. All right, so this guy says, about me, I'm 33, single, no kids. Okay, what's going on?
About me, I'm 33, single, no kids. Yeah. Trying to date hard with no kids because women got them. And they don't got one. Like when I was growing up, they got them. 2, 3 kids, I ain't got time for all this. I ain't got no money like that. That's the hard part about dating. Everybody broke, but it's only a problem when the man broke. Dating in L.A. hard. I used to live out here. Trying to date in L.A. hard because, you know, you got to spend. The women let you know they don't like you. They let you know they don't like you. The money you got is cool, but they don't like you. I was messing with this one girl. I knew she ain't like me for real. She kept calling me by my Cash App name. I be like, Keisha, what's up? She like, $, Leonard? Oh my God. Don't you $sign me. It's hard, man. Relationships hard too, because I didn't realize when you get with a woman, your money become our money, and then her money is her money.
Oh man, okay, let's hear about that.
I stay single. I ain't got time for that because they done moved that into dating. Women will ask you to pay for some stuff that don't make no sense. I was talking to a girl one time, she was like, what you think about getting my body done? You laugh harder than I did. Because I was perplexed. I was like, you think I'm going to get your body done before I get my body done? About me, I'm 30.
I had to share that. I had a good laugh from that. Okay, what do we got? We got 37 and no kids reporting in. You think I'm going to get your body done if I don't get my body done? Hilarious. Is this the same guy who has the old bit about ordering a T-bone at IHOP? You think I'm... Okay, let's see. Dating is hard. Everybody is broke, but it's only but it's only a problem when the man's broke. Remember, the more kids they got, the more demanding they get. Okay, we got another one coming in. Lion was just annoyed. I can understand that. She thought talking through her teeth meant the lion could hear her, or couldn't hear her. The oldest saying. Okay, let me okay, so we did that one. All right, so now we're gonna move on to this one. So this is a guy. He was a truck driver for 40 years in America. Now living his best life on $2,000 a month in the Philippines. So we got a passport guy. Let's see what he's doing.
My whole life, I've never lived in the city. I never took public transportation or a taxi until I come to the Philippines. I kind of run on about a $2,000 budget, and we are very comfortable. There's no way on what I live on now that I could have ever retired back home. I was just burned out with work, almost 40 years in a truck. Of course, with my job, I was gone a lot. I had no acquaintances that I hung out with when I was home. I did have my family with my kids and my grandkids, but they have their lives. And there were times that I was home during the middle of the week. Well, they've got school, they've got work. So it was me. I wasn't happy.
So yeah, he's just sharing a story. I don't know, I just figured I'd share it, you know.
I had a chance to retire early. I made the choice to come.
So he retired early and went to the Philippines.
I'm here. I've been here 9 months now. I love it here. This is the best thing that's
okay. Looks like he's got his wife
ever
there.
happened to me coming to the Philippines.
Hi.
And it's Venus. Her name was Venus. I wouldn't know what to do without her. I'm not used to somebody treating me the way she treats me.
Man, that was the part that made me save it, when he was just like, I'm not used to somebody treating me the way she treats me. And I was like, oh man, that's I don't know what it was. I guess it was just kind of like a little sad, you know.
I get manicure and pedicure weekly. I'm not rich by any means. I'm never gonna be. But I can be rich in life. And that's the best, that's the most important. My whole life.
All right, shout out to this guy. I think I saw it because I follow Coach, and sometimes when people like things or comment, it'll show you. I'm gonna go ahead and like Coach's comment there. I'm 51, no kids, and it always seems to be a problem with chicks that have kids. Like, what? Yeah, exactly. Like, they're sitting there doing you a favor or something, right? Jeff Dye, stand up on women and dating is hilarious. Is that what that guy's name was, Jeff Dye? I thought that guy was pretty funny. I'm going to have to look him up. Jeff Dye. Women flip out if the AC doesn't work. You think they understand the danger of a lion poses? Interesting. You know, well, I can hear you. 2K budget a year or monthly? I think it was 2K a month. So it says right here, Keith retired early from working almost 40 years as a truck driver in the U.S. and moved to Cebu. Philippines, now he lives in a $550 a month condo connected to a mall and many amenities. He has a $2,000 total monthly budget, and most importantly, has found an amazing life partner. Okay, so yeah, let's see. I just know by the time us Gen Z millennials retire, even expat living is going to be too expensive. Oh, she's looking at him at the end like, what?
My whole
You're
life,
not rich?
I've never.
I did the exact thing. Drove for 40 years in trucking. Been in the Philippines for 3 years now with the new child. And asawa. Sounds like a Filipino word. 38 years in a truck. Took my early retirement living in Cambodia. Love it. Promised this man voted his entire life against the very system he escaped to. LOL. My advice for foreigners who want to visit the Philippines, stay single for at least 1 year. Being single, know your budget. If you're in a relationship, find out if she really likes you or your money. It's easy to fall in love, but it's harder to fall broke and heartbroken. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think I got maybe one or two more of these. Shaw, could you show the reel of the African uncle on 90 Day Fiancé? The uncle talks to his nephew and fiance. Do I have that one? Is that one that I have? I mean, I could show it. I just need to see it. I don't know. Was that one I shared before in the past? I'm scrolling down here. That doesn't sound familiar. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Let's see if this is the one.
You know, I was coming in there, you know, because she worked.
Never mind. This ain't it. That's not it. Yeah, man. I maybe if you could share it in the Discord, I could possibly bring it up next week or now if you do it. But thanks so much for the $4.99 super chat, Gio, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, if I knew what it was, I could try to bring that up. That's okay though. Okay, here's another one. How to pass women while hiking. All right, so we're going to get some advice on how to properly pass a woman when you're on a hiking trail. So let's go ahead and do this.
Stop. That is not how you pass a woman on a trail. I'm moving into her personal space. I'm initiating conversation.
Dang it. It started like, I hate it when this happens. Like it started. Okay, come on, man. Big money, big money. There we go.
Hey, stop. That is not how you pass a woman on a trail. I'm moving into her personal space. I'm initiating conversation without her consent, and I don't look very friendly. Here's a better way. I'm avoiding eye contact and crouching low while keeping most of my body hidden so that I look less physically intimidating. I'm laughing so the woman knows that I'm friendly, and I've raised my voice outside of the masculine range, which is more comforting. This is how you pass women on a trail. Hey, stop.
I'm sorry. I wanted to share that one because I just thought it was funny. It's almost like a little microcosm of kind of what they want men to do on this macro scale of like sort of feminizing yourself. And sometimes like, especially they can get kind of ridiculous about it. So I thought that was pretty funny. Man. I'm going to hit it with the like. That's a start. However, the problem is it's hard to tell if you're carrying a weapon or not. Therefore, you should remove all your clothes as quickly as possible so she knows you're unarmed. Okay, got a bit of sarcasm there. One pointer from the perspective of a woman here If you pass one of us on a trail, we would really appreciate it if you would turn around and start following us just to make sure we're safe and to protect us from any potential dangers. Okay, more sarcasm. I just go hiking in a bear costume because we all know how much safer women feel with bears. Make sure to yell, "There's no one else around," to make sure they know there's no threats up the trail. As a guy who is one of the least intimidating people on earth and also constantly worried about coming across as threatening to women, I pass while out walking. Thank you for this tip. I used this technique today and the woman immediately ran in the other direction and started calling someone on her phone, presumably to tell them what an amazing job I had done to make her feel comfortable. I usually roll up into a ball like a scared armadillo until she passes. You forgot to keep hitting the tree with the big piece of wood so she knows you are scaring the other animals to keep her safe. Klaus says, still doing it wrong. Why does he not have a bear costume? Yeah, somebody mentioned the bear costume. I don't think you have it. No, it's one I saw recently. Okay, yeah, if you could share that, I mean, that would help. You know, I can maybe pull it up. Yeah, that was funny. It sure was. What the F? The comment had the same idea. I know, right? I have one more, but I honestly don't know if it was just funny or if it has anything to do with anything. So let's see what this is.
Stop running, Ember! Leave me alone, Varian! Guards, seize her! She's running away, Your Majesty. I can see that, Beatrice. Should I throw my dagger at her? No! Don't harm the princess!
Okay, I remember why I saved this.
See, Beatrice, the dagger was not needed. Okay, geez, I get it. You like your weapons. Now seize her! There we go. See how much better it is when you're not running away from me like some scared animal?
Let go of me, Varian!
Ember, dear, stop that. We will be getting married whether you like it or not, and your kingdom will be mine.
That's the reason why I saved it.
Dowry, it's my right.
Your kingdom will be mine. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it.
But I don't like her. Don't like her? What's wrong with her?
So yes, that was why we all had to watch that together. So yes, they will be getting married, and her kingdom will be his.
Your dowry, it's
so
my right.
That's where that came from. Okay, gosh, I gotta have one more. Okay. All right, one more. Let's do a Melvin dynamics because I just like Melvin. All right, last one.
Tensions. Fellas, listen up, pay attention. Stop, pause, and freeze. Let me translate.
When a woman says, I want to date with intention.
Like this for you real quick.
With intention.
What she really means is, I want everything, but I don't want to earn none of it. Yeah, I said it. See, dating with intentions used to mean consistency, effort, reciprocation, and most importantly, building something together. But now it means entitlement with a cute outfit. She wants your time. She wants your money. She wants your emotional availability. She wants your consistency. She wants your protection. She wants your provision. And she wants your validation. But you ask her what she brings to the table, and suddenly it's...
It's crickets. I think I got crickets. Or it's this.
I have no dowry. If anything, I have a negative dowry.
Crickets. A woman will give you a whole laundry list of what she requires from a man, but you ask what she brings to the table, she can't write it on the back of a stamp. Because in her mind, her presence is the prize. She acts like showing up is the labor. Like being pretty is a full-time job. Like existing equals value. And don't get it twisted. Value isn't what you claim. Value is what you contribute. You don't just wake up
contribution.
Deserving a title. You don't get a commitment just because you said the word intentions. You don't get girlfriend benefits on stranger effort. And here's the wild part. She'll say, I'm dating with intentions because I know my worth. No, you're dating with conditions. Conditions that say, I'm not pouring into you, but I expect you to pour into me. I'm not proving myself, but I expect you to prove everything. I'm not earning a relationship, but I want the relationship. That's not confidence. That's entitlement wrapped in therapy language. Real women with real intentions don't announce it. They show it. They invest. They reciprocate. They build. They earn access. They understand connection is an exchange, not a charity. And fellas, listen
I
to
just feel like he's just dropping so much, man. That was a good
me
reel.
closely. If she believes she's so valuable that she doesn't have to earn anything from you, that means she sees you as disposable. And if you reward entitlement, you teaching her to never show effort again. A relationship isn't giving, it's built. Because the woman that's meant for you won't ask for a crown. She'll help build the kingdom. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that follow button. And if you're struggling with confidence, you struggling with approaching women, get my ebooks, Unshakable Confidence, Shoot Your Shot. Also, don't forget to join my Patreon. We going
Shout out to
crazy over
Melville
there.
Dynamics,
If you need
man.
my long form content, go to Melville Dynamics on YouTube.
I never seen his YouTube channel before. I'm gonna have to look into that. I mean, you know, I like his stuff. So anyways, yeah, that was our Instagram rot. I know we didn't do that last week. Let's see. I tagged you in the comments on the video of Instagram. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we can find that. Let's see what Gio for show's got for us. Notifications. Oh gosh. Not seeing the tag, unfortunately. Tags mentioned? No, yeah, not seeing it, man. I mean, maybe it just takes a second for it to show up as a notification, you know? Let me try to click on it again. Sorry, it's really not. I mean, you could try DMing it to me, maybe. That might work. I would probably try doing that. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to be able to bring it up, man. I mean, if you DM it, you know what? Let me check on my cell phone. Maybe that'll work. Because then I could just save it and then pull it up. Okay, where is the... Yeah, not seeing the tag, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm this is Shah _. So when you tag me, this is Shah _ on Instagram. So like that might have something to do with it. Is that AI or are they really that? I think that was not AI. Dower, let's talk for sure. Yo, Mr. Pitt, man, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. We've been having a fun show today. We got 29 people watching, 25 likes. It almost pains me to have to wrap the show down. We got 29 people in here watching, enjoying the show. Well, so far we got 29 people in, so let's go over the list here, the itinerary. So tomorrow I will be on the Heroes Forges channel, and we will be talking about child support. We're going to have a fun discussion with Heroes Forge. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to be on Repairing the Manosphere with Paul Elam again, and we're actually going to be reacting to our recent fun that we had, if you know what I mean. So that'll be Wednesday. And then next week, there will not be a show because I will be in Canada. I will try to get some type of vlog content for y'all. So yeah, that's kind of what we can expect going into next week here. Trying to give Gio for show a little bit more time to get this sent over here. Not seeing it. Gio for show, tell you what, man, just maybe we can just save it for next week. Women need to be like Lady Dowry and bring true reciprocation. Absolutely. And again, fantastic series of books. Next week we got Robin Hood. So we do have a Robin Hood feature here that Dan has already made. Sounds like this dude is gold pill and doesn't know it. I know, right? That's true. I heard it and I was like, this is great. Like this is, yeah, I can appreciate this, you know. Okay, all right, let's get some Jingle of Saint Nick going on, man. We had a fun one today. We had a fun one. Oh, Gio for show DM'd us. Okay, hold on a second.
There's a jingle in the still of night.
Okay, no, here he is. Okay, I got it, Gio. Okay, we're gonna react to it. I'm just putting it in my React folder. Let me just pause the music. I wish I had a DJ record scratch for that. Okay, let me pull this up. Instagram. The show is not over, folks. Okay, so I go to my profile. I go to saved. I go to reaction. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. What does Gio got for us here? All right, shout out to Gio for show. Oh, what? Okay, so we got 90-day fiance. Is Daniel's uncle going to revoke his blessing? I hope all is well. Please have a seat. I'm going to narrate the subtitles.
Remember you told me that when things are going wrong, that we should inform you.
Okay, so something's going wrong. He's going up to, you know, the leader of this family, which appears to be his uncle here. What is the problem? Oh, man, it started it over.
Remember you told me that when things are going wrong, that we should inform you. Before you approved our marriage, there are some things she told me, which I told you, that she have divorced 2 times.
Okay.
But after all the blessings, she told me that she have gotten married 5 times.
Wow. She was lying.
And she has not been divorced legally.
Oh, she's still married.
This is too much. So when I heard this, I was shocked.
Details. Uncle.
Hold on.
No.
Hold
Let me explain.
Hold on.
Let him explain. It's not yet time for you to talk.
Oh, man, he was like, you need to quiet down. We don't need none of your manipulative gaslighting. Let him finish talking. Stop trying to manipulate the situation. This kind of reminds me a little bit of that guy that was in the safari vehicle, you know, trying to just keep things straight here.
So this is what she told me. And she also told me that from 21 years now, that she has been in a relationship with several women.
Oh my gosh, it just keeps going on. I mean, come on, man. If you're uncle at this point, you got to be like, listen, man, it's time to wash your hands, man. Just send her back to wherever she came from. I'll even pay the ticket fare, man. Just get her out of here, please.
May I please explain, Uncle?
Oh, wait.
Uncle? What? No, don't call me uncle. That's not even a thing yet.
You told me that you have stopped everything
I have.
about lesbianism.
I have.
Okay, yeah, so we got the lesbianism.
Absolute legend.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, no, not the rainbow version. Never mind. That says rainbow.
Okay, so now all these things are coming out.
But why am I hearing this one now? Where is the honesty? Up to 20-something years with your fellow woman. This is an abomination.
No.
It reminds me of the "why are you gay" guy.
No. When I came to you and I told you I have stopped.
I mean, after 21 years of doing something, can you really stop? I mean, maybe people could change, but I mean, 21 years, come on.
I just didn't tell you how many times or what it was in my past. It's my past, sir. My culture is very different in America. I can't help what my past is like. I can't change my past, sir. I am willing to do whatever it takes.
I mean, she better have something. I mean, I don't know.
Your dowry.
That's gonna be one big price right there.
Be with Daniel.
I can't believe you.
It's the truth.
You are just telling me lies. Abomination.
Shout out Amishari. Welcome in, man. Shout out Reaper Put.
I did.
Enjoying the yeah.
What will the gods of our land say? Because of this your problem, the marriage will be over.
I mean, that's the way it needs to go. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the uncle here. He figured it out. I mean, honestly. We can't have this over here in the community. Next thing you know, it's all going to fall over a cliff if you keep this up. So, you know, decisions need to be made.
Thank you.
This young man, I mean, how this happened in the first place, I don't know. But what I will say is he did the right thing by bringing it to his uncle. Okay, here comes the hyperventilation. Everybody, you know, come on. Okay. This is too much. I agree, Uncle. The hyperventilation was a good touch. And the Oscar nomination goes to, what will the gods of our land say? Abomination. Lisa should win an Oscar. Wow, somebody mentioned it. Lisa should win an Oscar for this performance and scene. Oh my gosh. You know what? That made me LOL there. This is premium entertainment. 90 Day Fiancé is one of those shows that just consistently have been on TV and just keeps going strong somehow, you know. Michael and Angela, goodbye. I now have a new favorite. Your fellow women always get me. Baby, this is cinema. TLC is going to milk the hell out of this couple. This is the only interesting couple on the show right now. TLC struck gold with this couple. You can't tell me this isn't Nollywood. Or Hollywood, looks like a typo. Can someone put all their scenes in one? I gotta watch this show. It's not yet time for you to talk. She's not prepared for Nigerian patriarchy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. She was made for this drama. Does she always hyperventilate to get her way? Okay. All right. That was pretty good. That was pretty funny. Thanks for sharing that, Gio, for show. I actually, that was pretty enjoyable. She doesn't deserve marriage. Yeah, red flags everywhere. We gotta get our music back on. Lamau, why are you? Yeah, exactly. Man, I think I've seen some more stuff from him. Why are you gay? Sounds like nails on a chalkboard. I know. Yeah, yeah, I know. Once the tears bring on, like, man, then it's just like it's like, okay. She needs to bring lots of goats and cows. Yeah, it's gonna be over there. I'm thinking it was gonna be a bride price from where they're at, but I mean, this case right here is so bad it could single-handedly flip it probably from bride price to dowry, just to, if there was even a chance. But it doesn't look like it. When they're crying, they're lying. That's the truth right there, honestly. That really is. Get the gaslighting out of here. Absolutely. Yep. Tomorrow, guys, 10 a.m. Pacific time, noon, 12 p.m. Central time, we will be on Heroes Forge having a discussion about child support and having some fun. So catch us there tomorrow. Gio for show, thanks for being here. I appreciate everybody for being here, man. We had a good time today. Oh, man, I better pull my shorts down. But, yeah, so hope everybody had a fantastic Saturday today. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the participation. I appreciate Dan, the man, creating fantastic artwork for us that really embodies the gold pill teachings. Hope everybody has a blessed Sunday tomorrow and, gets to have some nice meals with their families. And goes on a nice walk. Maybe you grab a coffee in the morning and you treat yourself to something like a butter croissant or a donut or something, and you hang out. That sounds like a good time. So, yeah, and I hope the week's good. I will be gone for next weekend. So keep that in mind. Please tune in to Paul Elam's Repairing the Manosphere this Wednesday. He's been knocking it out. I mean, I've really just been appreciating his guests on there. He's been knocking it out of the park. If you haven't done so already, please check out my discussion with Rich Cooper, which was posted on the channel a couple days ago. So if you haven't seen that, that's on there. Let's get one more song going. Man, what would Mr. Pitt want us to play? Driving Off Alone. That's what he wants to hear. Let's do this one for Mr. Pitt. Shout out to Mr. Pitt. Also formerly known as Mr. Pitt, now known as Avalanche. So yeah. Man, I don't even know if anybody commented on Twitter. I did not look at the Twitter or this chat over here the whole time. But if anybody was watching on X, thanks for watching on X. You're a legend for watching on X. It looked like they changed their interface on X, so I felt like I would just start streaming on X again because it looks like they kind of made it look a little nicer over there. By the way, guys, if you want, subscribe to my gaming channel. So this is Shaw Gaming on YouTube if you're interested in the gaming stuff. Let me see if I can pull that up. Where's the gaming channel? Right here. Come on, internet, work faster.
Don't realize how good they got.
Okay, view channel. Just gonna put the link for the gaming channel. There we go. Big shout out to whoever made this song, man. I can't remember who it was exactly, but this is one of the hitters, man. The cafeteria lady became the center of a TV drama. Shout out Reaper, salute to you, brother. It was very cool, Dan. Absolutely. Have a good evening, everybody. Have a fantastic evening, Klaus. Have a good one. Shaw, take it easy, Amishari. Thanks for showing up, man. I know you were late, but we're glad to see you here. I hope you have a good night, Shaw. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you do as well. Everybody else. Killer Shades, by the way. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Peace out, folks. W song, W stream. Absolutely. The song was made by Luke Nielsen. Luke Nielsen gave us some hitters, man. Deadbeat Woman, this song. Thank you, Avalanche. W stream, I can't wait for you to post the stories on the channel. I know, I need to sit down and do that. Damn it. They deserve a place on the channel. They really do. So there's no excuse. Oh, thanks for posting that, Avalanche. So guys, yeah, check out the gaming channel. I got so much to do in the next couple days, it's not even funny. But we're going to get it done. We're going to make it happen. All right, legends. Salute. Shout out Gold Pillars.